Hello, Julie here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining us today. I'm going to be working on my Blue Floral journal, and I'm going to make an embellishment to go into one of my signatures. I haven't actually bound my signatures into the cover yet because I haven't decided on what sort of cover I'm going to have. So I thought I'd make something to go on this page here because I'm not that keen on this seeing the stamping through the page, because that stamp is actually on the other side, so it looks lovely on that side, but I don't really want to see it on this side. So I plan on using this paper as my base, and I'm just going to make a side opening pocket to start with. So I want to cut, let's just move this out of the way for the moment. I want to cut 1 1/4 inches off of the width of this. And what does that give me left over? So I'll cut it down to 10 1/4. That way, that will be easier to score in half. So that's 10 1/4. So I'm going to score that at 5 1/8. Try and get that last little section there straight. Okay. You can see it's not quite straight there, so I'll try and straighten that up. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold this over in half. You can use your scoreboard if you want to. If I had my scoreboard handy, I would use it, but it's in the cupboard at the moment, so I'm just going to go with this, and I'm going to burnish that down with my bone folder. Okay, so I can attach that now to my page like so, and that will just give me this piece on the side. Now I don't mind seeing that little bit there, that's no problem at all. And you can see that this, when I fold that over, when I attach this, I'll fold this over and make sure that that goes right down into the crease. Well, actually it doesn't have to go right down into the crease, I'll leave it a little bit out. So now I want to cover this, of course. I want some pattern paper on it, and I thought I might use this. I've got one, yeah, I've got one here, I think, that hasn't got that one. This one hasn't got anything printed on the back, so I'll use this one. And I'm just going to cut a piece to mat onto that. I'll cover that page. I will probably leave a little border around, so that's 8 1/4 by 5 1/8. So I'm going to cut it 4 7/8 by 8. I'll cut it 4 7/8 to start with. 4 7/8. By 8, so I'm just going to cut that off the top. So this is one of the pages out of my Blue Floral digital kit that I'm using throughout this whole journal, and I've got it in like the blue colourway and the monotone colourway. So, and they're all in the same kit, so you only buy one kit and you get the 2 different colourways. So I'm going to attach that to that. That's going to go that way actually, because I want that open side to the outside of the journal. Now before I do that, what do I want to do on top? Because I'm going to stitch around all these, and if I'm going to do anything else, I might as well cut it out and stitch it at the same time, mightn't I? So there's a couple of things I can do. I was thinking that I could make like a notepad to go on here with, say, this on the top, and just have like a tall skinny notepad, which is what I think I might do. Alright, so I need to have some of this. I'll use some of this dyed paper. It's not very dark, but it has been dyed. If I showed you against a white sheet, you'd see the difference. It's only slight, but it's enough. And let's say, how wide do I want to make it? How many sheets have I got here? I don't need that many really, do I? Let's say 2 sheets. And let's make our notepad. Should we make it 3 inches wide? I think so. So 3 inches. How many 3-inch strips will we get out of one of these? See, I think if I make it just under 3 inches, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so I've got those, and I will cut a strip of this that is, I'll make it 3 inches wide for the cover. I'll use this piece for the cover. And I don't want it full height really, so I'm going to cut all of these down to what, and how tall do I want it? I'm going to wrap that over that, so that will be 1/2 inch. So maybe if I just cut 1/2 inch off of the bottom of these, I might just cut off a little bit more than 1/2 inch so that there's no possibility of it hanging down. So I'm cutting 5/8 of an inch off. And if I assemble those like so, put them on here, so to get my length I'm just going to put them on there so that they're just a fraction shorter than the cover. I'm going to fold that over there like so. Try and get it straight. Probably when I should have my scoreboard. Okay, alright, so that will go on that. We've got a pocket here, and I will stitch that on there, and we've got a pad here. Okay. Alright, well I'll do that to start with and see how we go. So I'll have to stitch that open like that, otherwise I'll stitch my pocket closed. I might stitch along there, stitch along the open edge, then close this and stitch around that. and hold that in place like that, and that will hold that shut, and then I'll be able to glue that onto there. Alright, and I'll stitch around this. I don't need to have I won't be stitching around the pages of the pad, so I'll go and do that, and then I'll be... Now, I've got these two sitting here, and I thought I might put those in the pocket. So they will sit in the pocket. They fit. Let's see if they fit before I stitch around them. I might need to just make that tag a little bit shorter, I think. So let's do that. And make it 1/4 inch shorter. Yep, that'll be fine, because when I put that on there and stitch around it, you know, the stitching will come down a bit here and up a bit there, so that'll be fine. Alright, so time to go to the sewing machine and stitch all of these pieces up. When I've done that, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done all my stitching, and I've inked around everything as well. So now, I didn't stitch that on there, so what I'm going to do is glue this shut with my liquid glue. So I'm just running a fine bead along here. Whoopsie. And here. Put that down. Burnish it. And then I'm going to attach this onto that like so. So once again, just using my liquid glue to do that. I do want to get the glue fairly close to the edge so that it sits down properly. Right. Okay. Now I'm just going to take this page out of here, and I'm going to attach this, making sure I've got the open side facing to the outside of the page. I'm actually going to just ink down that so I know where the fold is. Just make it a bit easier for me. You won't see that once I bind this into the cover. And I'm going to pop that in there so that you can see it's just a fraction off of the centre. A little bit more over like that. Okay. Now I could attach this just on 3 sides so that I'll have 2 pockets there, but I don't think I'm going to bother about that. I could attach it 3 sides here and have a top pocket. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I might do it that way. Alright, so let's, I don't want anything at the top, so I'm going to just run glue along the sides. Oh, I don't want to get glue on that bit, do I? No, no, no. So we have to make sure we just get this bottom section. Okay, so let's line this up here. There we go. Let's burnish that down. Okay, so now I've got a pocket here and I've got a pocket at the top here. We've got one there and one here. And I'm going to attach this pad on top of that. Now, I wanted a way to keep this pad closed. Oh, there's that. Fit on there. So let's attach the pad first. So I've stitched around the cover of the notepad, and then I've stitched the signature into the notepad with a zigzag stitch, and I'm going to try and get that fairly well central. It's not too bad. Burnish that down. I have to admit that I didn't actually get the papers in there perfectly straight, and I've had to trim them up a little, so, but that's fine. Okay, let's say that's stuck. Now, with this piece, I'm going to put this in here, then I'm going to fold that up over there like that. So, this piece is going to go on there to keep it shut. So, I'm going to bring that down a little more. And, yes, okay. So, I'm just going to fold that up a little, and because I will see this piece, I'm going to ink it. Just so it's not stark white. I could do the whole thing, I guess, but oh yeah, I will do the whole thing because we will see that when it's open. Okay, if I had have thought of it earlier, I could have double-sided that. I will use a wipe and just wipe that ink up. Okay, let's refold that so it's square. And attach that to the bottom of that. So let's put this here, try and get it central, and try and get it straight, and down a little more perhaps. I'm not going to be able to get that. Oh yes, I can. Okay, right, let's make sure that's attached nicely, and then that can fold up. It can fold up like that. And then this, I think I might cut these threads off. Now this is going to go across there, like so, just to hold that in place. Might just add some glue here and here. Okay, so now we can open that. We've got our notepad here. That comes back down, and that will go in there and close that, stop that notepad from flapping around. We've got our tag here that I have backed with some of that dyed paper, and a journaling card here. I might swap those around, and I might put a tag, put a eyelet on there with some floral fabric, and pop that in there like that. Okay, so let me get my eyelet, my, what's it called? You know, the thing. I'll get that organised and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my crocodile, that's what I was trying to think of. And I'm going to use a black eyelet. I've got some here, I think. This will do. Little rings behind it. Okay, so I'm using the large hole. I'm just guessing the centre. Through there. That on the back. And that. Yeah, I think it's easier to turn it over this way and do it. Okay. It's not going to get on there now. It must not have been in the right spot. Okay. Now, I'm going to use some of this sari silk to thread through it. That's a neutral or natural, I'm not sure what it's actually called, but it's a natural sort of a colour. Actually that's a join there, so I'm just going to cut that piece off. And I'm going to thread that through my eyelet. And pull that through. Okay. Right, so that can now go back in here. And there we go. So let's put that back into the signature. So that's what it will look like when it's all bound together. Okay, alright, well there we go. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, I'd love it if you would give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. If you are a subscriber already, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. And I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay. Bye.